All right, hey guys. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be there on Tuesday to give you a little GitHub tutorial, so I'm just going to give you one right now. So, first of all, you need a GitHub account. So, hop on to github.com in your favorite web browser and register for an account. I have already done this, of course. Now, then you're going to want to go to desktop.github.com and download the desktop client if you're on Windows or Mac. This is just an easy way to do it. Now, once you've got the desktop client downloaded, you're going to need to go ahead and sign in. Okay. And you'll see you can just click, all the default options there. And now you can see that we have logged in. Boy, I sure sound intelligent, don't I? Okay. So this is the workflow when you want to work on a GitHub project. I'm moving my mic around. Oops. The cord's getting tangled up on me. Real professional here. Okay. So, let's say you've identified this project here that you would like to contribute to. Right, and I just picked this one just because it seemed like a good one to do this tutorial on. So the very first thing you want to do is go over and click this fork button. When you click that fork button, you'll see it's essentially creating a copy of the repository. That's actually what a repository looks like in GitHub. It looks like a little book with a fork in it. So now I have my own copy of the repository on my GitHub account. But I want to have that code now on my computer. So then the GitHub desktop client, I can click up here. No, not there. I can click clone a repository right here. And I can search for that repository I just did. It's right there, Hacktoberfest sign in. So if I click, because I've cloned a lot of repositories, yours is not going to look this cluttered. Then if I hit clone, it's going to clone it into this directory. And it's just downloading all the files now. It's just being a little slow. Okay. Now, you can see that we have access to everything. It's just been downloaded. So if I click this here to open the repository in Explorer, okay, well there it is. So you'll see here's a bunch of stuff in there. So what this particular repository says that you ought to do is open it up and then basically just add a link to your GitHub profile. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up with Notepad because, like I said, this is a VM and I don't actually do any real development on it. So I don't have anything else. And then here is where I can now go in and enter my name. So I will just go ahead and do that real quick. Now, watch what happens as soon as I save this file. And then go back here. You'll see that now this change has appeared in the GitHub window. It's saying that I added this line to the file. So now I have to commit my changes. So what I can do is I can say change that as the title of it, and I could add a more descriptive example or explanation of what I did. And then I commit. And so a commit is essentially a package of changes that you've done, right? So it lumps all those changes together into a convenient format where you could now undo all those changes really easily if you need to. That's the benefit of doing it this way. So now I have one more commit on my computer than actually on the website. So if I click this push origin button, it'll go ahead and move that commit up to the repository. Tell it, hey, we made these changes. to the fork, not to the big repository here, but to my fork. Now, if I refresh it, you see that now it says it's one commit ahead. And if we were to open that up, we would see that I added my profile. See, a minute ago, I made this change to it. So now, to make our pull request, we click on either this new pull request button or this button right here. So I'm going to use this one. And it will open it up into this screen where we can now see all the changes we've made just to double check that everything's right. So we can see that we removed this empty line and replaced it with this line containing a link to my profile. Then we'll just click Create Pull Request. And it's filled it in with the commit message already. You can be more descriptive if you think you need to. Probably on our project, you should be a little more descriptive than this. Okay, and then you simply create pull request by clicking that button. And we're done. We just made a pull request. And that is essentially the process you're going to go through working on things in GitHub. You make a fork of the repository, clone it onto your desktop, make changes on your desktop, commit those changes, push those changes to GitHub, and then through GitHub make a pull request. And then whoever owns the project will be able to take your pull request and look in, make sure there's nothing that needs to be changed, make sure everything looks good. And then if it works, then they can merge it into the official repository for the project, thereby finalizing your changes. So that's it. It really is that simple. All right, thanks, guys.